What's up, y'all? This is your boy Todd, and today we're about to do Daddy Daycare Conversations with Kaela. My daughter, my firstborn, she is getting old. Um, I don't know. Whoever thinks they're gonna have a 23-year-old, going on 24, about to be super grown. So you think as a grown up, as a parent, you've been there before, so you know what's going on in these kids' heads, but we don't. As much as we think we do, we don't. If we think it's this, it's really that. You know what I mean? So I'm opening this up to talk to Kaela and find out, what is Daddy doing wrong? What is Daddy doing right? What could Daddy do some more of? What she's thinking, what she's feeling. I think if you have a 20-something-year-old, this might be something that you might want to tune into, just so you can get a perspective from us, the regular everyday people. So where's Kayla at? Kay, you there?
Hey,
Hey,
yes,
welcome to my show. How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired of quarantine. How have you been quarantining?
I've been quarantining and not quarantining,
Now, you know what? Before we go into
so I've
that,
been hanging out with some of my friends.
yeah, before we get into that,
Hmm.
because I did have some questions about your quarantining skills. Like you haven't been doing very well. I
Hmm.
would hope you would be in the house a little more often, but we're gonna get into that. So what's going on with you in life? How's things going? Well, right before quarantine,
Um,
what were you into? What was going on? Because you're in New York, I'm in Atlanta.
I was working on a show, working on my clothing line as well. That's pretty much it. Just been working and trying to get my line going. Oh yeah, and I'm in class. I'm
What
taking
what
this
what
fashion
show? Like,
class. I was working on Love Hip Hop New York.
okay.
And I was taking this fashion class, but since quarantine and the corona stuff happened, now it's online, which sucks, but it's cool, I guess.
So when you were working, how was it balancing your schedule? Like being able to, have a life, work long hours on set, do your fashion school.
Well, the school was on weekends, so it wasn't that bad, and I worked Monday through Friday. Unless they asked me to work on weekends or whatever, but pretty much it takes up my whole day, like working in production, because you do work automatically 12 hours.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it was just taking up my time, but it kind of makes sense for me to work in production as well because I could have been doing that in Atlanta and I came to New York for a certain reason.
hmm
So I guess the quarantine is a good time for me. Good time to think and get some ideas going, and once quarantine is done, get some pieces made.
Got you. Why not production? What you're not interested in taking production to another level?
I mean, yeah, eventually. Hold on. Yeah, eventually, I do because I want my own scripted show.
Okay, New York life. Somebody ringing the bell. Yo, stop ringing my bell. You want your own scripted
Oh
show?
yeah, own scripted show. Yeah, eventually. So I do want to stay in that lane a little bit, but
hmm
fashion is my priority.
Fashion is your priority. What drew you to fashion? Like why fashion?
Well, I felt like you and my mom were pressuring me at some point, like to figure out what I wanted to do. But at the same time, I was realizing that I like clothes, and that's for real the only thing I was interested in besides working in production. I enjoy clothes more than I enjoy working in production.
You said pressure.
Well, I felt like you and my mom were pressuring me.
Tell me, explain that pressure that when you say me and your mom were pressuring you. Like, what is that? Because I want other parents to understand when their kids are like, "Oh, you're pressuring me to do." Like, explain to me what did that
But I
pressure?
don't think parents will ever understand. Like, I mean, even though they've been through it, they won't understand. Basically, even the way high school is set up, like we go to high school and then 12th grade, boom, they push us out into the world. Some people go to college, some people don't. I went for a little bit and I've realized that.
You there? All right. Well, we lost Kay, but it was about to get really good because she said me and her mom were pressuring her into figuring out something. So we have Kayla back. Oh, we have Kay back. Kay is back. So yeah, you was
Yeah.
explaining the pressure, and you were saying after high school they kind of push you out, and you went to school for a little bit, but
Yeah. So basically, I'm just saying that parents, I guess, y'all want us
I
to
can't really see
do
you.
good
I can't
or,
see your face.
oh, sorry. Yeah, y'all parents, y'all want us to, sometimes y'all have like this certain path y'all want us to go in, and that doesn't work all the time, honestly, because, you may say one thing that you want to do, but end up going to school for something else or wanting to create your own business, or so it just really depends, honestly.
So, but when you said we were pressuring you, like, was it
Well, I felt like you and my mom were pressuring me.
like what were you feeling at the time? Like, was it I'm lost? They're asking me what I want to do. I really have no idea. Like, what were you
It
feeling?
was pretty much all of those emotions. It was all of those emotions because my mom's yelling at me because my mom wanted me to go to school, but obviously that's not for me. Well, I don't think it's for me. Then you pretty much was like, you don't have to go to school, but what do you want to do? I just felt pressured at some point because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. So then that's kind of where I pushed myself to just do production because I had the option to not do it. So I was just like, let me just do that and then see where that can take me. Obviously, it was a good thing for me because I learned a lot.
So you feel like at least trying something kind of gives you a chance to figure out if you
Hmm.
like it. Maybe you might, maybe not. Well, I think that's part of life. I think you got to try something because you don't know what you like. You know what I mean? Like shit. I used to work with kids. I
Hmm.
used to work with kids. I went from being an assistant teacher, then I worked at a special ed school. Then I got into production. Like I would just try a bunch of stuff because
Right.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be an occupational therapist when I was working with special needs kids. But then somewhere along the line, I lost all my patience for kids because I used to be like I used to ride the bus with the kid in the morning. I was a one on one, and then during the school day, I was with the kid. Then after school, I was at the after school program. Then I rode the kid home. So imagine doing that every day of the week for years. I like burnt out. I thought I wanted to be work with kids, but I burnt out. So what are your thoughts? Right now you're 23 years old. How do you feel about like decisions you made and where you're at? Like do you feel like I'm on a path or do you feel like damn I wish I was further? Like what are your thoughts on at 23 years old right now? How do I feel about where I'm at and what I'm doing?
Well, I don't regret anything. I feel that we all go through things for certain reasons.
Hmm.
Just how a lot of these CEOs and artists and whoever, they've all been through some crazy stuff, some in debt, some being homeless or whatever. So it's more so about the process. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Like I just know that things are gonna work out in the end. Like it's taking a little bit of time, but I know it's gonna work out.
So you feel good at where you're at. So what you've been through, I'm at a good place. I see a vision. I can see where I'm going.
Yes, for sure.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Our relationship. Do you think I'm strict or too hard on you?
Before, yes, and
When
you
was
push
before?
away a lot.
You said
I feel
before.
so because now that we're not always together now, you be chilling, like you just be calling to check up on me. But before, like I said, when I first probably like when I first moved, like it was a little weird because you wanted me to figure out what I wanted to do, and you wanted me to do certain things that I didn't do, and you would be upset, and then it would cause us not to speak or argue or whatever. So
Hmm.
that's why I was just like,
So looking back,
yes,
do you
pretty much it.
feel so looking back, you feel like I was too hard on you? You feel like I was just strict? Or I just wanted the best? Like what we like that
No, I
was
feel like you wanted the best. I think all parents want the best for their kids. They just get mad and frustrated when we don't do certain things. And that's understandable, but you can't push back from your kids. And
Mhm,
that's something that you did that
mhm,
was just like crazy for me. So
right.
I never experienced that. So when I did, it was just like, why is he pushing back? Like I understand that he's mad that I'm not doing what he wants or what I should be doing. Well, not even should. Like I said, because everybody has their own path. So yeah, it was just
Do
like,
you think some of the things were things you should be doing, but you just
no, it
didn't
just
want to do them?
happened. Say it again.
I said, do you think some of the things were things you should have been doing, but you just didn't want to do them at the time? Or do you think everything was just
Um,
stuff that I wanted you to do?
hmm.
Like looking back at it, like, if I'm telling you manage your money this way, or, like think of some of the things that we would kind of bump heads about. Do you think like maybe I should have did some of that stuff? Or is it kind of like, nah, I just wasn't, it was my, I
It's
don't know.
yes and no because I
You
think it
said
was
what?
more so. I said I think it's yes and no. I should have managed my money and stuff better. But I think it was more so. Nah, I don't want to say keeping up or like I just wanted to go out and enjoy myself, and so I did make dumb decisions. But I just feel like maybe a reason. Is there a reason? I don't
You said
know.
well, there's a reason why you're making bad decisions?
I think it was more so like me want to go out and enjoy myself and being young kind of thing. I think I, I wasn't thinking of the bigger picture of things, and that's where you were thinking of like the you know what I'm saying, the bigger thing,
The bigger
the
picture.
bigger picture. Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
But I think that's like we all, like you said, we all go through those stages. I think the thing for me, why I would get so frustrated was because I was in such a good position to help you be further along at a younger age, and that's just kind of what I wanted for you. And that doesn't mean that that's what you're ready for. I just think, like you said, like sometimes, well, most of the times, I think parents want for their kids what their kids are not totally interested in at the time. So it becomes that clash of, yo, do this so you can get here, and da 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 da. And it's like, dude, I ain't even checking for all of that because I want to do this, this, and this. So I just think that that's why I just kind of would get just so frustrated. But what was I going to ask you? Can you name like a time that we had like where it was just like fun, great time, me and my dad? What was like one time that you can think of, if there's any?
When we went away for when we went to Amsterdam, London, and Paris. That was
Amsterdam,
fun.
London, and Paris. It's funny you say that. I was gonna ask you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Look in the camera. Why are you looking off? Who are you looking at over there? You got some boy in the house?
Mm-mm, just like bright.
So London, people were
Mm-hmm.
beating me up. Did you take up for me on social media when they said we was in the strip club?
I don't think nobody wrote me specifically, but I don't know. Like it doesn't. Well, to me, it don't matter to me. Like my friends know that how we party and go out. So,
Hmm.
and my friends have been out with us, so it was just
Right.
it's nothing to me. But
See,
people don't understand.
I think people think it was just me and you. Well, first of all, in London, that wasn't a strip club. Well, let you tell them what it is, since because it's gonna look like I'm just trying to fix it.
So basically, went to this club in London called Tate. I guess it's like those one of the lit clubs or whatever. So on Tuesday was Tate Tuesday, whatever. So we went, and they have go dancers in the club. So the girl that was next to me was a go dancer, and she was dancing in like her little cubicle. But people were making it a big deal. But I don't think it really matters because some people have different norms. Like our norm isn't someone else's norm. Like we don't like we can drink together and stuff. Some people can't even drink with their parents. Like that's not a norm for them. So
Mhm.
it's just like, people always gonna have something to say at the end of the day,
Right.
honestly. So it really doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But yeah, like that's normal for us. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me. I really don't care. Like now, I don't care as much what people say. Like before, it used to get to me. But now
Right.
it doesn't matter because everybody is going to have something to say.
That's true. Before you came on the show, and when you came on, you used to call me Daddy Dude, where they would be talking about
Mm,
me,
crying and everything.
or Mama Joyce would be going in on me. You would get a little.
But I was very respectful.
No, no, you was always respectful, as you should be. But I'm just saying that transition from, and I think this is where I didn't really understand how big of a deal it was when you came from New York to Atlanta. For me, I never blended a family, so I'm just thinking, yo, come in. Your room is there. All right, let's go. I don't know what the steps are on blending a family. I'm not gonna say that I knew what I was supposed to do. I just thought you here. let's get it popping. What you want to do? Let's figure this thing out. But I think it was definitely a big transition for you because of where you know, came from being with your mom all the time, the type of person your mom is with you, nurturing and coddling and all of this. And you came over here and it's like, well,
Yeah,
this is what I
y'all
saw. It
crazy.
felt like nobody was around. Like, I'm gone, Candy's gone, Riley's gone. And you like, what the fuck am I about to do? You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
how was that?
I mean, it obviously took a long time to adjust to, but I mean, like you said, like I'm used to the nurturing and hugging, and like I could lay in the bed with my mom all day, like kind of thing. But y'all don't do that, so it took a long time to get used to. Like,
Mhm,
took a very long time to get used to.
mhm.
So I mean, things are way better now. I could say,
Right.
especially like with us.
What'd you say, Jamie? What is my fondest memory, Kayla? I like the older stuff, but I think when we first connected and we went to like Disneyland and when we first got a chance to really kind of connect early on, I think those were like some amazing moments. All these moments now are dope, you know, but I just remember just vividly where I was at in my life and what was going on. And, you know, we were painting her room pink. You remember any of that stuff?
Hmm.
Apartment in the Bronx, and I'm putting up
Hmm.
IKEA beds and trying to, you know, it was like long nights of just trying to get her comfortable and figure that out. I went on a school trip to the zoo. I used to have slumber parties for her. You remember that stuff? I
I'm
was a little,
still cool with the friends I had the slumber party with.
I was a little strict. I needed to know, speak to parents and get their address and all of that stuff. But you know, but you get it, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
You get it.
for sure.
So after quarantine, you know how we do our trips, and I like this way we do our trips now, where we
Hmm.
do the family and then we do the solo. You know, where me and you go somewhere, Candy and Riley go somewhere.
Okay, so that's officially gonna be a thing.
I think it should be. Do you? I do think it
Hmm.
should be because there's so many more kids, and I think it's harder for you and Riley to get your time when now it's like I'm running behind Ace. Ace wants to go to the pool. If we're, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Hmm.
like, all right, I'm just gonna read my magazine, or you know what I mean. So y'all don't really get that time. You know what I mean? Any one-on-one time. It's kind of like y'all gotta figure it out amongst the whole group, which is
Hmm.
kind of hard. But I think it should be. What you think?
I'm down for it. I mean, I had fun.
Okay.
And during our trip, I've learned
So
a lot, seen a lot. So
quarantine is over. Where's our next trip? If you could pick anywhere, just like we had that trip, I told you to pick wherever you wanted to go. Give me a list, and then we kind of narrowed down. We went to London, Paris, Amsterdam. What's your next? Give me your next three places, just so I can kind of see
international,
wherever you want to go.
um, Spain,
Hmm.
Brazil.
Brazil is dope.
I would say Hawaii, but that's like a family thing. I can see that as.
Yeah, don't waste our trip on Hawaii because Hawaii is.
Yeah,
We
we'll
could
be
do a
sleep all
family
day
to
on the beach. I said we'll be sleep all day on the beach or by the pool.
exactly. Like I think.
Oh, like Trinidad or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you, really, I can't hang 72 hours partying no more. So I'm a rock
I would
for
say
about
to
five
definitely
good ones,
party.
and then I'm
But we don't have to go during carnival because carnival is like nonstop. Like that's like no sleep at all.
got you. Okay. So we got our trips out. All right, we're about to wrap up. This was a lot of fun. Is there anything you would like to say or ask me right now? Dun, 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 dun.
I don't have nothing to ask.
Was there anything you would say to dads who are trying to, it's tough, whether it's a boy or a girl, but it's a little harder when it's a female because you think guys, and I don't know, I don't have a 20-something-year-old son to say I've been through it, but a male, a dad dealing with his daughter at your age, what message would you kind of give them?
Pretty much that they should just be open and listen and try to understand their daughter. Because to me, it's important to have a relationship. It's important to have a relationship with your parents, but especially for a woman, father, because you've taught me things that I've used in the long run. Especially, we all got to get into relationships. Like we're all like eventually have kids and all that stuff. So I've learned a lot of things as far as guys, and
Mhm.
sometimes girls don't, get that, and they end up doing like stupid stuff. Or I mean, we all have done things stupid, but you know, it just goes to the extreme sometimes when you don't have a father figure or male figure that could really teach you or help you understand certain things. So I think it's important for fathers to be open minded and yeah, just talk to their daughters.
Hmm.
Cause I feel like you do come with an open mind as far as everything else until you get into your Leo mood and you get into that world, and I just can't deal with it. So
Okay,
yeah,
Gemini.
I know I'm a Gemini. I am a real Gemini too. So
You're
I,
a
you know what I'm
true
saying.
Gemini. I didn't. You know what? I'm gonna be real.
I
I
never
never,
deny it though.
I never read what your sign was. When I read what your sign was, like what I never knew what Gemini was really about. Like I never really. I just knew mine. That sounds like a Leo. But
Hmm.
the day I read your sign, I understood you better. No, for real.
That's
I was
crazy.
like, yo, this is my daughter. Like, she could be one person and then she's somebody else. So I was like,
Because it just depends how you get me mad. Like,
no. And you know what? And I learned so much in just reading your sign. I didn't know what was going on with you. I'm like, yo, this mother is crazy. Then I read your sign. I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. She's more than one person in there.
as long as you know you're crazy too, I'm fine
Okay.
with that.
We'll go with that. So,
We'll
all
go with
right.
that.
So it was great speaking with you. Be safe over there, quarantining, not dancing on cars, not hanging at parties, not.
I do not go to parties. That was not a party.
That was a get together.
Okay, I'll take
All
that.
right. Be safe out there.
Will do.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Deuces. Oh, man. Daddy daycare conversations with a 23-year-old. Hey, at the end of the day, we want the best for them. And you know what? At the end of the day, for me, I'm not gonna stop fighting to instill the best. They may not want to hear it right now. It may seem like I'm an asshole, I'm tough, I'm this, I'm that. But like she said, she's learned a lot. As much as we say it, it will seep in. We'll be amazed later on in life when we see them utilizing the things that we're teaching them. So on that note, that was a great conversation with my daughter. It was very therapeutic for me. It felt good. And so have conversations. Like she said, be open, listen. It's hard to listen to them though. They'd be crazy, but let's try to listen and let's have an open mind. All right, Daddy Daycare, I'm out.